Hi, everybody. So we bit of alchemy. I'm Rick Barrett. Welcome. Today we're going to continue our exploration into the Taiji form, the Yang Chengfu 13 original postures. And this time looking at it from the perspective of creating the Yin Jins. The last couple of weeks, been focusing on the Yang Jins. That is the expression at the end of a particular posture. And it's what the Yang part is what we most associate with the posture. In other words, you're in the ward off position. That's we think of that yang expression as the signature part of that particular form. We're in a white crane. That's that yang extension at the end is what we focus on. But equally important is the yin part that goes into it, and it's also a jin. That is, we're in the sense of we are using our awareness, spirit, to direct energy through our bodies to create a certain effect. So we still have those qualities of intentionality and directionality in the yin aspects. This is the part where the yin part is where you pull back the bowstring. The yang part is when you let it go. And so it's the place where we are mobilizing the chi. So we first you must mobilize the chi, and then you move. And it's something that at the beginning levels of Taijiquan is not emphasized. Generally speaking, most people are concerned with just getting the choreography right, and that can take you a long time just to get that where you feel comfortable enough with that aspect of it before you even think about the energy in it. But here we're focusing primarily on the energy. That is, can we create enough chi, mobilize enough chi to then create an effect with our yang expression. So I want to share with you a poem that from this lovely book called Feather and Stone. It's a Songs of Taijiquan. It's written by Colin Berg, and he was inspired by his Guangping Yang form to write a series of poems. And the one of them really uh, reaches out to me, and it's something I've quoted in a few places. But it let me get that back here. Here you go. So the poem is called. It's inspired by the movement "Turn Around, Kick 2 Feet Upward." But the poem goes: Did you think that filling full was less important than pouring forth? What issues from an empty cup? Gather to you to receive, that you might leap from your abundance rather than stumble from your lack. I really like the way he expresses that. I think it's really cool. So we want to leap from our abundance. That is, we want to have so much chi, a surfeit of energy that we're just kind of bubbling up, radiating outward, and that we can then use that to leap from our abundance. So the idea here is that uh, there are things that we're going to be doing that there's a correlation between the physicality and our mindset, the intentionality. What are we trying to do? So you can go through these movements and without engaging the intentionality and not really get even a small part of the potential that is available in these movements. But if you can put that together so that you're gathering and then releasing and then gathering again and releasing it, so that every movement is has a beginning, middle, and an end, and every movement is expressed. The energy is expressed in what I call the big yang. That is the part of the movement which has the most dynamic expression of the energy. And in the course of some movements, there may be little yangs, that is, expressions where the energy is opening up, but not fully yet. And then but every movement is initiated with, I call, the big yin. So that is usually accompanied by getting very sung in your qua, and to really gather the energy so that you can then express it in the yang phase. So what I'm going to do is we're going to go through the Yang Chengfu's 13 original postures, just because it's a very short form and it's something that some of us are very familiar with, and we can focus primarily on these energetics here rather than on the choreography of them. And we'll do that. I'll talk you through it, and then we can. So I'll emphasize both the big yin and the big yang in this form. So why don't you stand up, please? I'm just going to begin I'll begin facing you while we go through establish our three pillars, and then I'll turn around and we'll do the form. So let's initiate by getting very sung. That is, we're sinking down into our feet, and then sink into the balls of the feet. Unlock your knees and bring your center your weight over the balls of your feet. So you have that sense of like being on a diving board, going to jump in the water. And then reach up with the crown of your head, tuck in your chin. So you're lengthening your neck, your cervical vertebrae, extending upward, and opening the jade pillow gate at the base of your skull. So we have this upward reaching, extending into the yang of the big chi, the yang of the heavens, simultaneously extending down through our feet into the earth, softening the knees, relax the lower back, and feel your pelvis level out as you drop your sacrum. Feel yourself flattening out your lumbar curve a little bit. So your spine is lengthening as you sink down and reach up simultaneously. And feel the tensegrity that comes with that lengthening. It creates a solid line of connection between your feet and the top of your head, which allows the energy to move more efficiently through you. It also allows you to get your body oriented around your central pillar. Find that center line. And point and reach with your index fingers and feel the energetic coherence. Reach with your elbows. Arms are slightly rounded. Reach with the elbows and open up your shoulder joints. Feel the chi. And spiral down to the left and turn to the right. Just so you're opening your qua. You're allowing your qua to get very sung, releasing any extraneous muscular tension in your hip area. And feel the energy particularly in your hands as you do all this. Feel the tingling and pulsing that occurs in your fingers, in your hands. I'm going to turn around now. Okay, so this is the beginning here where we're going to start off by going to the balls of the feet. Just feel that energy bubbling up. Feel that yang qi extending throughout the body. And now we're going to shift into the heel of the right foot and spiral down to the left. So you're releasing your quad. So this is the first big yin. We releasing down, spiraling down to the left and loading up the right leg. So just pause a moment and just feel into that. Feel that substantiality in the right leg. Now feel the ball of the right foot and turn to the right. So now you're loaded up. Pretty much all of your weight is in that right leg, about 95% of it. Pick up the left heel and step out. Okay, so now we're going to a big yin here. We're going to sink into the left heel and spiral down to the right. So we're loading up the left leg a bit, because about 50% of the weight goes into that. And stop and pause here and feel that yin, the sense of sinking and feeling your root, feeling that energetic connection with the earth. Your elbows are reaching out, opening up your shoulders as well as your armpits. And then now we come to the big yang part. We feel the ball of the left foot and pivot on the right heel. And now your weight is 50-50 on the balls of both feet. And feel yourself reaching with your elbows, with your fingers, with the crown of your head. Your knees are still unlocked, but they're not terribly bad either. So now we go to the big yin of the next move, where we soften at the qua in both legs and just bow forward slightly. So we're just releasing down and sinking into the heels of both feet as you do that. And with each of these movements, there's going to be a reaching with the elbows as part of this yin process. But it opens up the shoulder joints and allows the qi to move through the arms unrestricted. So we're coordinating the release of the qua, the bowing, the opening of the qua there with the simultaneous opening of the shoulder joints. And then sink into the balls of your feet and reach with your wrists. Reach, and then reach with your fingers. Open up your back. Reach with your elbows, your wrists, your fingers. Feel that yang extension there. Not the big yang, but it's we're gathering here. So it's that reaching, and then we sink into the heels and reach down with the elbows, down with the wrists, reach down with the fingers. So this is a yin, and then we go into the big yang here and go into the balls of the feet, reach down with the fingers, reach out with the elbows, reach with the crown of your head, and feel we've opened the 5 energy gates at the Bai Hui at the top of the head, the Yang Chuan points at the balls at the middle of the feet, and the Lao Gong points here in the hands, in the palm of your hands. So we've opened up the 5 energy gates. And now we're going to go to the big yin of the next move, which is the cloud hands. We sink into the heel, spiral down to the right. Reach out with the elbows, open up your shoulders, and sink. So this is the big yin. So pause a moment here and just feel the gathering that's occurring here. Breathe into your lower dantian, that is the area in your lower abdomen. Place the tip of your tongue on the roof of your mouth and breathe through your nose. And breathe abdominally, diaphragmatically. And feel that energy collecting. And now we go to the ball of the left foot as we turn and reach with the right hand. And this is the big yang here of this part of the movement. We extend outward, open. We reach down with the left hand. We reach out with the right hand. And then feel the heel of the left foot and spiral down to the left. And this is the big yin of this next part. And then we sink into the right heel and then turn. Coming into go to the ball of your foot, of your right foot, and reach. And this is the big yang here, the big expansion. Sink into your left heel, spiral down to the right. It's the big yin. And then turn. With the ball of the left foot and reach. Big yang. Feel that extension. Sink into your right heel, spiral down to the left. And then turn. Go to the ball of your right foot, turn. And then big yang. Extend. Reaching out. Feel the heel of the right foot spiral down to the right. Reach with the elbows, open. Big yin. Feel that. Stop, pause here. Feel, sink into the, feel your breath in your lower abdomen. Feel yourself, your chi sinking, gathering. Pick up your left heel and step out. Sink into your left quad and then spiral down. Turn to the left ball of the left foot. Reach out and big yang. Step in. And then sink into the heel of your right foot. Spiral down to the left. This is the big yin. Feel that. Reach with your elbows, open your shoulders, and then turn. Go to the ball of your right foot. Spiral down. And then turn to the left, reaching out with your right wrist. This is a little yang. Reach with the crown of your head and open. And then spiral down to the right, stick in your heel. Step out with your left foot. Left heel, left hand comes up. Then go to the ball of your left foot and then big yin, big yang here as we turn and reach out with the left hand, reaching out with the right hand, right wrist as well. Okay, this is the big yin. With the heel of the left foot, spiral down to the right. So we're loading. Reach with the elbows, open your shoulder joints, and then turn to the left. Step in with the right foot. Your weight's still in the left foot. It's in the ball of your left foot right now. And then sink into the heel of your right foot. There's a little yin. We spiral down. Right hand comes down. Left hand comes up to your chest. And now we go to the big yang here and go into the heel of your left foot. Reach out with your left hand, kind of reaching with your wrist, your left wrist, and open, extend. Reach up with the crown of your head. In the ball of your right foot, this is the big yang. Let's think of the heel of your right foot, spiral down to the left. I'm sorry, spiral down to the right, and then step out with your left. So you're loading up that right leg. So think of the heel of your left foot and turn. Reach with your right hand, palm up. Pivot on your right heel. Set your right, sink into your right heel and turn. Step in with your left foot and go into the ball of your right foot, and then big yang. We reach upward and forward with the right hand, and down and forward with the left hand. But although the left hand is pressing backward, the right is pressing forward. This is the big yang. And then set your left heel and spiral down to the left. Right hand presses down, left hand comes across. So this is the big yin. And then pivot on your right heel, set the right heel and turn. Step your left heel and step forward. Stick into the left heel. Set the knee, spiral down to the right. Reach with your elbows, open your shoulder joints. Reach with the crown of your head. You're gathering, and then big yang here, ball of the left foot and reach forward. The left heel, spiral down to the left as you do that, and reach out with the left hand. So this is the big yin. Look into the right heel. Spiral down to the right. Turn. Rotate your forearm so your palms are facing the opposite direction now. On the heel of your left foot, and then this is the big yang here. Point and reach. Ball of your right foot. Reach with the crown, reach with your elbows, reach with your fingers. Feel that extension. Big yin, spiral down to the right. Step back with the left foot. Reach forward with the right hand. This is the big yin part here. You're sinking, reaching with the elbows, opening the shoulder joints. You spiral down to the right. Step forward with the left foot. Sink into the left heel. Spiral down to the left. Loading up that left quad. And there's the big yang here. We turn, reach, and strike with the fingers. Opening. Reach with the elbows. Feel that extension. Feel the mobilized chi being expressed through the fingers. Big yin. Spiral down, left heel, spiral down to the left. So you're loading up that left quad. Pivot on your right heel. You're loading up that left quad, sinking into that. Now you sink into the right heel. Pivot on your left heel. And Left hand comes up. Right hand pressing down, and then sink. Reaching up with the left hand, reaching down with the right. This is the big yang here, going to the balls of your feet. Feel that yang expression here. Sink into the left heel, spiral down to the right. This is the big yin. So you're loading up. And then turn to the left. The right hand reaches up, turns into a fist. Left foot steps in. Pivot on your on your right foot. Turning to the right. Reach out with your right elbow. Your arm is very relaxed. Both arms are very relaxed. Step out with your right foot. Set the right heel. Push your right knee out. Set that, and then spiral down to the left. You load up the right leg, and then the big yang. We turn and strike with fingers. We strike with back fist. Feel that expression. Reach with your elbows, open up your back, your shoulders. Feel that expression, that yang expression. Sink into your left heel. Bow down to the right. The left hand circles up, right hand circles around to the side. This is the big yin. So here we're pulling back the bowstring. This is a much more direct expression of that concept. And we feel that pulling back there. You're reaching out the left hand. So this is splitting energy. We're separating, and those poles in opposition are the yin expression. We're creating the oppositional direction that allows for the energy to gather. Sink into the right foot, push your right knee forward, spiral down to the right, and here's the big yang, and you punch. Feel that expression. So it's very directional, straight out. Back leg should be almost straight. Pivot on your left heel. Set the left heel. Spiral down to the right, and in your left leg. So your left hand comes down under your navel, reaching out with the right hand. So this is the big yin here. So we're pulling the left hand away from the right. So this is pulling the bowstring back in a different direction. Separating, thinking, gathering. Feel that energy gathering in your lower dantian. Left hand circles up. Right foot steps in. And right hand comes up. Turns into a fist. Reach with the right elbow. Step out with the right foot. Set the right heel. Push the right knee out. Spiral down to the left. You're loading up that right quad, and then the big yang, the strike with back fist. Sink into your left heel, spiral down to the right, pivot on your right heel. Right hand pulls back the bowstring. Reach out with that left hand. Big yin. We're mobilizing the chi. Feel those poles in opposition. Feel yourself really sinking into that left leg, into your left quad. Really feel comfortable with that. Sink into your right heel, push your right knee out. Set that, spiral down to the right. And step forward with your left foot. Reaching out with that left hand. The right fist very loosely held, palm up. Taking your left knee, your left heel, set the left knee, spiral down to the right, and here comes the big yang, and we turn and punch. Feel that. Reach with the elbows, open your shoulders, open your back. Feel the connection from your fist down through your feet and into the earth. Feel you're reaching up to the crown of your head. And feel all that energy being directed forward in that yang expression of the Jin. Now sink into your right heel, spiral down to the right. Right hand opens and circles. This is the big Yin. That different, we get kind of an arc to our energy that time. There's a separating, but it's kind of circling down. That creates a different flavor to our yin mobilization. Feel that separation there. Reach with the elbows. Sink in your left heel. I'm sorry, pivot on your left heel. Sink into the left heel. And right hand comes down. Left hand at chest high. Step forward with your right foot. Spiral down to the left. And sink into your right heel. Set the right knee. Reach with your elbows. And Yang expression, Yang Jin here. Rotate your forearm as you come up and bring your right arm curved in front of your chest. Left palm faces the right palm. We have our ward-off posture. Feel that Jin coming up and out. We're directing that forward. It's coming up out in all directions, but we're funneling it straight ahead. Reaching with the elbows. So we're expanding like a blowing up a balloon, but there's a directional thing. The balloon is bouncing forward. Our Yang expression. So big Yin. Set the right heel, spiral down to the right. Load up that right quad. Reaching out with your both arms, with your fingers, reaching with the wrists. You're sinking into that right quad, your right heel. Feel that gather. So a rollback, that's what this move is only as good as we can mobilize the chi, because the energy is going down and in now. So we've just had the up and out of Jin. Now we got the Lu Jin, which is down and in. So we need to expand. We need to open up there, because we're going to sink into the left heel, spiral down to the right. So we're gathering, we're winding up here. And then we're mobilizing the chi, because now we're going to turn with the ball of the left foot and turn the big yang. Point, reach, open. Reach with your elbows. Open your shoulders. Feel that, open your back so you feel the arms connected between your shoulder blades. So even though the direction of the energy is yin, it's down and in, the body is still very full. It's bubbling over with energy. You have a surfeit, and you're directing it. Now, big Yin. Set the left heel, spiral down to the left. Reach up with your wrists. Turn your palms down. Relax your shoulders. Reach with your elbows. You're opening your shoulder joints. As you sink down, you're getting very sung in your quad. We're going into the press movement. So it's very sink, very yin in this posture, the big yin here. Now we sink into the right heel, set the right knee, spiral down to the left. And then feel the ball of the right foot and turn. And reach with that left hand. And pull back with the right hand. And so together they're expanding forward. Reach with your elbows, open your shoulders, open your back. Begin. Sink into your left heel. Separate your hands and sit down into your left leg, your left quad. You're sung into your left quad. The energy is coming down. It's like you're pressing down. I use the image of sinking down and pressing down on a beach ball in a swimming pool. You're loading up. Feel that yin, that downward energy. It's almost crushing the energy, the density of the chi going down. Sink into your right heel, set the right knee, sit down, sink into your right quad. You're loading up here. So a little yin because we're moving into the ball of the right foot and reach and feel that compressed energy coming up and out through your hands. This is the big yang here. Sink in your left heel, spiral down to the right. This is the big yin. Reach with your elbows, reach with the crown. Open your joints. Feel density, feel the attraction of the earth. And turn, pivot on your right heel, reach out. Step back with your left foot. Sink down, gathering. Come up, cross hands. Big yang, reach with your elbows, open your shoulder joints. Reach with your crown, reach with your wrists, reach with your fingers. Feel that big yang expression exploding in all directions like a big fireball. Sink into heels, separate, and sink, big yin. Feel the energy circulate through you. Breathe into your dantian. Feel it energizing all the organs in your body. Sink into the right heel and spiral down to the left. So you're loading up that right. This is the big yin here. You're loading up. Everything is down, down, down. And step in. Bring the balls of your feet. Arms come up, reach with your wrists. Feel the yang. Open and then sink into your heels and yin, yin, yin. We're ending up on a big yin here. Empty out. Throw away the chi. Allow the chi to convert into jing, into your essence. Allow the jing to nourish your inner organs. Your feel it nourishing and repairing as needed. Please have a seat. How was that? Good, 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 good. Okay. Any thoughts, questions, comments, sharings? Lynn.
Everybody, as I told everybody before class, I broke my finger on Friday night, and over the weekend I had this ill-fitting little splint from the emergency room, and I got the fancy splint from the orthopedist today, and my finger was resisting a little bit being straightened because it had been bent all weekend and it's broken. And first big yawn, the chi just went right through there, straightened it out, and it said, "Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you."
Lovely,
So,
lovely.
yeah, my finger thanks you.
Big chi. Big
I'm gonna
young.
call that pinky chi.
Nice. Very nice. Valerie.
Well, I have to say, I am extremely happy that we have stuck with this. Is this like the third or fourth week that we've been doing this? And it's just been getting better and better. And there was at one point, it was like, well, of course, this is where you go yang. Or if actually, no, it was, of course, this is where you go yin. And of course, it was just like, felt so natural and so well, of course.
Nice.
So thank you for that. That was really good. That was really good.
Beautiful. Great. Scott.
So for those out there in TV land, I am 1 day post knee replacement, and I did the whole class sitting down, and it was I was able to, sink it to my hips just a little bit and got a lot of the energy, and maybe not quite as much as if I was standing, but I got a lot out of it, and I think it definitely helped my knee. So,
Nice.
yeah.
That's terrific. Debbie, you had something.
I have a very basic question, but first I have an observation, and that's that I felt when we did the back fist this time, by the time we gotten through the feeling the yin and the yang, and at that point I was really feeling the connection between my right fist and my left foot and my left hand and my right foot. And it was just a real kind of like a rubber band going bang, boing, boing. It was really an interesting feeling of the chi moving. Um, the other thing I wanted to ask is I do a slightly different practice, and I'm not used to having the fingers touching the upper arm. What is what's the purpose of that?
It was the way I learned the form from Master Yang, and he emphasized that. It's something that's very common in martial arts. That movement there, three fingers on the forearm. It um, full disclosure, last few times I see him do the form, he didn't do it. So, but you know, he showed me several ways to do this particular form, and I've never seen him do it the same way twice. So, and the way I'm doing is not exactly the way that I learned it from him, or the traditional way of doing. So there's a lot of, but there's a very practical thing here with this, is that it is a setup for a chin na. So joint locks and that kind of thing. It's
Okay.
that, but it's also there's an energetic connection there that occurs with that you can it has the effect of grounding the energy whenever you do that, with that connection there. You can feel, you take the hand away, and it's different. It's not wrong. It's different than whenever you have the fingers touching the forearm. So you're right on the pericardium meridian there. So there's something going on with that, and which is, that's the meridian that expresses itself through the Lao Gung point there, one of those five energy gates I was talking about earlier. So you're touching there, and that's along that meridian, and it's a very Yang expression. It takes the heart, the heat from the heart, and dispels it. So there's stuff like that. I don't know for certain all the energetic ramifications on it. It just feels differently for me. So I kept that, even when Master Young's not doing it anymore. I'm saying, yeah, I kind of like that feeling, and I find that in other forms that I do that same thing there, because there's that thing for chin na, where you use it, you cover, and then you're able to then break people's shoulders and things like that, which is a fun thing to do. So
All right, thank you.
you bet. Anybody else? Questions, comments? Lynn?
Well, I was gonna say, like with Valerie, third time was a charm. But also I think the reason I think it was so much better for me is we haven't been talking about both sides. We've been talking about the yang the last two times. And I think and which we needed to do, right, to get, step by step. But I felt like bringing the yin in this time really, well, balanced it, and allowed, I think, that connection that Debbie was talking about. When you said that, Debbie, I was like, oh yeah, that I felt that too, right? That yin yang thing going on. So that was really delicious, and I didn't want you to stop.
That's great. That's great. Yeah, when you look at, say, the photographs of Yang Chengfu, doing his work, it's all the yang postures. You never see the yin aspect of it. It's like it's somehow it gets into that posture, but it's not part of the part of the instructions, and that's true for a lot of things. Like, you kind of like do these things, and then you express the energy, and you do a bunch of other stuff, and like this says, no, the stuff that we're doing prior to the expression is just as important, that we may leap from our abundance. Richard?
Um, I try to think of it as gather and express,
Sure.
and you don't have anything to express unless you've gathered something.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. Good point. Scott.
I found it very helpful when you were saying, big yin or big yang to differentiate it. I definitely found that very helpful to
Oh, good. Good. That's
really
that.
feel that.
Great. And it's helpful to me, to really identify that. It's like, okay, this is, where we're, you know, this is where the two major expressions, because there's lots of little ones along the way, but this is the big one. This is okay. Then we do this other stuff too. But so yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed that. Cool. Anybody else? Great. Thank you all so much. It's been great. A lot of
Thank you,
fun.
guys.
Thank you, Maria.
Thank you.
Maria.
Thank you, Maria.
Thank you. Thank you, Maria.
See y'all.
Thank
You
you,
too,
Maria.
Scott.
And quickly.
What?
Oh, I was saying, may Scott heal well and quickly.
I tell you, there's been so much energy sent my way, I can actually feel
Great.
it.
Terrific. Great.
Thank you,
You
guys.
look great. You look great and relieved.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Great.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.